You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Victorious 89.1 WAKP. Your unity in the community station.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse Radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse Radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and/or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Yes, yes. Greetings. You all are in tuned right here to Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays, right here on the Powerhouse Radio, streaming live on Victorious 89.1 FM. Want to say welcome to each and every one listening near and far. Man, I'm telling you, today right here in the ATL was a fantabulously beautiful day. Mama Acid, how are you doing? We have a lot to talk about. How's the weather up in Michigan?
Well, tonight is the new moon, and we are sending manifestation power to each and every one.
All
We
right.
think with the clear skies tonight, we might actually be able to see the first parts of the waxing moon.
Okay. So about what time we have to look up for that?
Well,
The
I would
waxing.
say anytime because the sky is dark right now. And with the new moon, the sky is dark. So tonight, you'll see just a very small sliver of moon. Probably about 9 o'clock. You can look up and you can see it.
All right. So for persons who don't know what the waxing moon is supposed to look like, since you brought it up, um, give our listening audience an insight on what they are to be looking for, how the moon is supposed to look, shape.
Well, from the new moon to the waxing moon, it is the first half of the moon. You'll see the right side of the moon. That time is for focus on creation and planning. You can make wishes and you should listen to your intuition because it will be very strong during that period of time. It will last for approximately 1 week, 7 days. So each moon cycle, you'll go 7 days. The next cycle that we'll hit will be the full moon. The full moon is where we are charging our bodies and we'll be stronger in body and mind. And we should give thanks for all the things that we are going to experience. And then the last part of the moon is the waning moon. That part of the moon is most important to break habits, cleanse your spaces and your mind, and reflect and to take good advice from those around you who can offer you something to actually make everything work. Because remember, after that, we go right back into the new moon where we start with a blank meditation, a clean slate, and a brand new fresh start the next month.
All right. So this is a good time, people, to sit, meditate, and think of the things that you want manifested in your life.
Hmm.
And yeah, we wish you all the best in your meditation and your outcomes in life. So I know we've been looking at this for about a couple of days now, um, and each day I make sure that I put out there into the universe. Um, and thanks to my acid, she told me about it like 2 days ago. She said, "Lady D, you need to be concentrating on what Mama you asked you're rattling. You said you need to be concentrating on things that you want to see manifest in your life. So
Hmm.
each and every one, make sure that that's what you are doing, that you are meditating as to outcomes that you want in your life, and or good things that you want in your life, right? So
I think
as
right
I'm
now
hearing you just a rattling going on, not because you're not on camera, you're there rattling.
I'm doing everything. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm actually working on something, and I was looking up some information for something. And, I was just thinking about all of the stuff that's going on right now in the world. We're going to do a short show tonight, right?
Yeah, well, we're just gonna go with the vibes. I am exhausted today. I'm literally exhausted today.
You're feeling like everybody else.
But yet I'm putting out in the universe that I'm full of energy, um, and full of life, and highly favored. And so that's the type of energy I'm trying to put out to keep me going, you know, um,
Yeah,
each and
self
every
support. You got to do that.
you have to do that. You have to. You definitely have to do that. Well, Acid, the big thing that's going on in the news. Before we even go any further, let's just welcome our guests. If this is the first time that you're joining us, we want to say welcome to each and everyone that's joining us via the YouTube, our Facebook, via the radio, be on the telephone lines at 667-930-9036 on our website www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Our sister partner, brother partner, Victorious Radio, the Unity in the Community, WAKP radio station. We want to say big ups to you all as well. Dr. J and the entire crew over there. We want to thank you all for carrying our program right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Man, I'm telling you, my brain, it's working. Ja, make it work as it should be working.
You
to
sound like T.I.
to each and every one that's listening to us, just once again, just thank you. How I sound like Ti?
T.I. said some talking about he done done so much rap he gonna do comedy now because people ain't listening to him no more.
I don't wrong him. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to make fun. What better way to go about things than to do comedy that makes people laugh? Because laughing is so good for the soul. It is such a wonderful thing for the soul. And so
You
kudos
know
to
I got a
you.
fact about that.
Kudos to you.
Look, I got a fact and I want to share it so bad.
What's the fact? Go ahead.
Okay, everybody, start laughing because if you laugh for 1 minute a day, it'll take 1 week worth of stress off of. Wait a minute. 1 minute a day takes 1 hour. Right. 1 minute a day takes 1 hour stress off your life.
Yeah.
They say people who laugh all the time have a lower biological age because they have released the stress. Stress releases a hormone in your brain called dopamine. I'm sorry. Laughing releases a hormone in your brain called dopamine, and stress actually inhibits it. So, if you can reverse the process by laughing when you feel a slight bit annoyed, you actually win the battle.
Okay. Okay. All
Good
right.
tactic, huh?
That's a wonderful tactic.
So here's one I want everybody to try. This one is one that I'm sure everyone will enjoy. Okay, we know that in every argument, there's a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. I've been talking about this forever. I want everybody to remember it. So, when you come upon people who are slightly recalcitrant or unable to adjust themselves to whatever the social principle is at the time, such as the supermarket, or maybe you in a fast food place, or who knows, you could be in Sam's Club or at the gas station. You could be over at your friend's house and somebody just get out of order. What do? You become the 7-year-old and you let them act like a 4-year-old. And then when they get finished ranting, you just look at them and you say, there, it's okay. And then you walk away. You don't give them a minute more of your time, not 1 second more. And you know what they will get from that lesson?
Okay.
They will get that their acts of absolute crap means that no one is interested. You watch to see what they're going to do, and then when they've done it, you walk away because it wasn't interesting. Do not feed a fire unless you are cooking meat.
Okay.
Now, I could say that a different way.
Okay.
If you're in a strip club, make sure you bring pretty ones.
I have a joke of the day for you. It's called Rastaman. It said a Rastaman went to visit an old family friend. Rastaman knocked on the door and somebody inside said, "Ah, who that?" Rastaman. I and I, Jah Rastafari, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Conqueror Lion of the tribe of Judah, son of Eli Selassie. The person inside replied, I mean, one day I mean, I open the door for so much I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh
Laughter,
my God. God have
laughter,
mercy. Yes, yes.
laughter is definitely
That
it's
is
good
good.
for the
I'm
soul.
telling you.
It's
Yes,
good for
that
the
one.
But all right, let's get down to business. Let's get down to the beeswax.
Well, let's laugh a little bit because I think laughter is good for the soul. So let's just throw a couple real good ones. Okay. So the first one is I want to know if you have been watching the news and watching what is going on in Eastern Europe, specifically in the Ukraine Russia war.
I've been watching and I haven't been watching.
Okay. Did you look at any of the Russian military equipment?
No, I have not. I just think that it is blessings and good evening to you, Tonya. Let's crack.
Hey, Tonya.
Yes. So no, I've been watching and I haven't been watching. I you know, it's such a devastating thing that's going on and no, I haven't been paying attention to the weaponries that are being used, neither from the Russian side nor the Ukraine side. But I know that you are more in tuned than myself. So tell us a little bit about the weaponry that is being used.
Okay, so let's just think about this. All right. The year is 2022. All right. Now, if you are in Russia, you can get access to an Apple Watch, an Apple phone, an Apple computer. But guess what you can get access to?
What's that?
US dollars.
Want to say big shout outs to Berlin. Lodge up yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Right.
Peace,
I
Berlin.
mean, they can't even withdraw any money. I saw that.
No,
So
that's not true. That's not true. All
no,
they got to do is get on one of those military convoys, make their way to any Ukrainian city, and say the magic word million, and they will receive 40,000 US dollars and a passport as a citizen of Ukraine. Yes!
really.
Get it, get it, get it, get
I don't.
it.
I didn't hear about that part.
Roy, I got some more for you too.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
wait a
You know
minute, wait
I'm
a minute.
collecting.
Before we move forward, you're saying that persons in Russia can have access to U.S. money just by saying what? $1 million?
They can go to the Ukraine, surrender, and become a Ukrainian citizen. They won't even be considered a war criminal, and they will give them 40,000 US dollars and a Ukrainian passport, which very soon will make them a citizen of the EU.
Yeah,
Because they got an emergency application in, and I think it's gonna get approved on Friday.
yeah, but is there persons that are doing that? Is there any
Yes, there
that
are
people
plenty of
are
people who are doing
doing?
that. Do you see this road is 18 miles long, full of people doing it? They jumping out of the tanks and leaving them running to get to Ukraine. They say they can't get over there quick enough. People are selling everything. They walking to the Ukraine. Do
Oh,
you know that Putin can't keep his people? Look, one lady said, "I need my apple. I'm going to the Ukraine."
okay.
This was a young woman, 18 years old. I watched this for my own edification. I will not say entertainment because I know war is not funny, but it was for me to learn what was going on with the young people and their technologies, because the technologies are very important in a
Yeah.
situation like this. So we need to be aware of what the young people are doing, and if we can help them or how that all plays out. The young people say Vladimir Putin, if you are not rich, you can't live in Russia. And if you're not willing to give everything you've got to be left alone, you'll soon die. So they said the only people who really have a good life in Russia are the oligarchs and their children.
Okay.
So they said a lot of these people that you see on these videos, this is the second part of it, which blew my mind, are children of the oligarchs who want to leave.
Okay, but did they give a number as to how many persons are putting down arms and um, going to seek the Ukrainian citizen?
All of them. They didn't even tell them they were going to a war. They told them they was going to go to a war game.
No, 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 no.
And then when
Did they give a number of how many persons have already joined, decided or have done, not decided, have went over?
Oh, they're not releasing that type of information yet. But the United Nations says over 1 million people have left the Ukraine, and that with this huge amount of traffic out of the Ukraine and into all these other countries, they are seeing a population shift in Russia. This is what I find to be interesting. I wanted to understand where were these Russians going and what was going on with that. So that's where I start trying to find out what's going on with the Russian oligarchs. How are they getting out and what are they doing? Well, the ones that can still move around are trying to get to the Netherlands or someplace that is more moderate that might allow them to come in, because Vladimir Putin's kids are in the Netherlands. Okay.
Okay,
So
Lee says he locked up a couple of hundred people demonstrating.
right. And kids and old people. And people went berserk. That's when it hit the fan in Moscow. So all of these cameras are being taken offline because Putin doesn't want the outside world to see it. Because guess who is helping? Who came to dinner? Anonymous. Expect us. We are Legion. That's what their name is, so I say it all. So when they came to dinner, they called Elon Musk on the internets and they say, "Hello, hook us up." And he said, "Okay." And he gave Ukraine the fastest, most secure internet in the entire universe. Not just the world, the universe. I
Okay.
have never in my
But,
life
so
seen
I'm
such support.
I'm just wondering if all of this is going to really assist, help the people
Yeah.
to win this war, because from what it is alleged that he is going all out, and he it's been a news where he
Okay,
has
okay.
all.
Wait,
Hold
wait,
on,
wait,
let me
wait. He
finish my
going all out? He
let me
going all
finish
you say
let
he
me
going all
let
out?
me finish my thought.
Girl, no.
Let me finish.
Don't waste your time saying that. He came there with a 1942 Studebaker. We're in 2022.
Can I
The man ain't got weapons.
finish my thoughts?
Hmm.
Okay. It is reported on the news that it's alleged that he has been making threatening um, threats in regards to the pulling out nuclear um, weaponry to be used against Ukrainian, and that it has been stated and set on several of news media that he's willing to just totally destroy. It's alleged that he is willing to destroy all of Ukraine to make a point. So my question comes back to with the determination of what he's saying of, and what he's doing, what is alleged that he is saying, and that we are seeing what he's doing, proceeding forward nonstop. Is that really with them, with Russians thinking about um, migrating to or putting down their citizenship of Russia and becoming citizens of Ukraine? Is it really going to help them at this point? Because right now they are close to what is it, Kyiv, if I'm pronouncing it properly. They are close to um, that city. So, is it really helping them at all for all of this other excitement that's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna take you where I was going from the beginning. It don't matter if they get it, they gotta hold it. Just like you could go down the street and take the next woman's man. How you gonna keep him?
Okay.
I'm
So,
ugly.
whom is
So I
going
want to go
to
there. I want to go there because I got something for that that will explain it.
go ahead?
When you start shutting down the banking system, when you start preventing international movement of people who are super rich and who know that at any moment their lives are going to be worth nothing, do you think those people are going to sit around and let one man make everything in their whole life in? And I want to point back to something that I personally observed earlier and that I was very impressed by. That is the fact that a very, very super rich white, and I say white man because he is white as snow, who also used to be a Russian and who had Russian citizenship. From my understanding, he does have a Russian passport. Anyway, he also has an Israeli passport. He put a $1 million bounty in cash of any currency. You choose your currency or crypto if you want it for the head of Vladimir Putin. That happened yesterday. So now I want to say this to you. $1 million ain't much, but that's what's on top of the table. You don't know what's under the table, and I got a little news for you about that too. It is alleged, since we like to use that word around here, that all of these people who have been shielding Putin's wealth in different places around the world, including putting their names on pieces of real estate and different properties. Real estate is only part of it. Bank accounts, airplanes, yachts, super yachts, mansions, all of this money that Vladimir Putin took out of the economy is now going to be revealed, because the people who are going to reveal it are the people who are going to get paid to turn him in. And they're going to each get paid because they're going to get a U.S. passport. That's all they wanted. They only wanted a U.S. passport. That's all it took was for Joe Biden and the EU to agree to let the people of Russia leave. So what do you do when you can't trap enough people in order to force them to do your dirty work? What do you do? Where does your economy go when all the people leave? Because they know that they have no life, A, and B, they've been held down to a 1950 standard economically for their whole existence. These people are using dial telephones. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that people, you can look at the pictures for yourself now and see that in people's homes, the telephones have dials, the people who have phones. That's one thing. But I'm just talking about the whole manner of your whole life being totally managed by the state. Vladimir Putin has managed the entire lives of all the Russian people for so long, almost 40 years, that people are tired. People are tired and they want to be able to be free. That was the reason why the Soviet Socialist Republic broke up. That's why Russia was formed as a separate republic, so that all those breakaway republics like Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, all these places that he's trying to force and conscript into his war against Ukraine, they're saying, no, we're not going to do it. And that is the proof in the pudding that he has run out. Also, if he attempts, and I'm going to use the word attempts because I'm not an imperialist and I don't believe in imperialism, but I think in this case, it might take one to know one. The imperialists have told him that the nuclear weapons in Germany are ready to, as well as the one in Poland. And from my understanding, they didn't had their finger on the trigger in Israel so long, they got people fanning them because they scared for them to move their finger. It's going to go off. Putin is on everybody's let's get it list. And quite frankly, I think he need to go on TV and do an interview with the whole world and explain why he would choose these people to
So
attack.
after Putin destroys all of Ukraine, I still don't hear you say who's going to take it back.
He's not going to destroy all of Ukraine. That's the first thing.
Not
What
the
he's
entire Ukraine for what he's going for. His targets of what he's going for. What is it said that he is going for? He has taken over most of the majority of what he said he's going.
nope,
He's
nope,
on his
nope,
way now to.
nope. He hasn't. He hasn't. That's the whole thing is that he has not.
He has
You
not
need to
what?
look at the satellite maps that show you exactly what is going on in Ukraine. I'm looking at satellite maps.
I'm
I'm looking at real
I'm
time
I'm not
satellite
looking at
maps.
satellite maps. I'm speaking of what he says he's going for in those areas he is in control of. He's now going for Kiev.
He's not
That's
in
the name of it.
control. He's not in control of
Okay,
any.
well, okay. According to Mama Acid, he's not in control. According to the news media that is out there, whether they're sending false news or not news, what they're reporting to the public, may it be American media, may it be Ukrainian media, whoever, all the medias are reporting the same thing. And that is what I'm speaking of. They're reporting that he is in control of certain, he has taken over this, he has taken over that, and he's on his way to the big capital. And that is where they've been fighting. They've shot down several of of their helicopters and their jets and stuff like that, and they're going back and forth. Now I haven't sat and because this week has been totally busy for me. I haven't fully sat and watched everything, but all that I have watched, those are the words that have been used each time, that he has taken over this area and he has taken over that. What I'm saying is the what he's been going for, he has been, whether he's taken it over or not, he's in there. He's in there and he's causing chaos in these areas. And people are running and people are hiding and people are dying. So after he has accomplished, if he accomplishes getting to the capital, whom is going to take it back from him? Because you're saying is who is gonna um he's not going to be able to keep it. So my question to you was, whom is going to take it back from him if he's not going to be able to keep it? Because that's what you had said. So
Two
that's my
things. I
question.
already answered that, but I'm going to answer it again. All of his soldiers are conscripted. They are walking away, literally. Okay? You can go on Sky News, you can go on Al Jazeera. Look at a European news station. Let the US news rest for a while because they don't give you enough. And they don't give you the full picture. That's the other problem. I want to see satellite pictures of what's happening. If I can't see a satellite picture with some real time on it, I don't care about what they're showing me because I need to see the facts. This is one of the things that I watched Malcolm Nance talk about last night that I thought was extraordinary, and that is that people are looking at this 3 and 4 day old data and thinking that it's real. It's not real. It's like there are times when things like this have happened. Yes, they definitely have tried to capture some cities, but I'm trying to remind you of something. If you open your gate and you let a whole bunch of dogs in your yard, when you close your gate, what you think the dog's gonna do? How they gonna get out? You close the gate and you are probably in a house and they're out there in the backyard and they want to get out. So what you gonna do? How you gonna keep them in there? You locked them in.
Um,
So either they're gonna
says
surrender or
Berlin,
they're gonna die.
Berlin says the only thing he have taken over is that nuclear site.
Right. And that is in Chernobyl. And let's say
That
something about that too, because this is really important that I think we need to recognize, and that is that what is happening is an information war, is a bunch of lies flying around. We need to ignore the lies and look at the facts. We need to look at the statistics. We also need to look at the real pictures. Everything Putin is using in terms of military gear is from the 1960s and 1970s. 1970s hardware against a drone. Let me ask you what you think a tank made in 1975 is going to do against a drone, because they show what one drone did. One drone, one guy with one drone, personal drone, and they somehow figured out how to rig it up. They rigged it up and they got that drone to go over there and shoot Russian military equipment. And they said when they did it, they were like, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe they had used one of a toy drone to actually use it for military equipment. These are regular people. These are engineers, bakers, people, the nurse at your clinic, the doctor, the mechanic from the car shop. These are beauticians out there making petrol bombs. So I want to send a shout out tonight to every one of them grandmothers that I saw on TV yesterday loading up them baby carriages with them Molotov cocktails that they were picking up from that brewery in Donetsk, and they were taking out there, and them children who were coming over there and who were grabbing them and delivering them directly to them women and them men who were standing there on that line, and the other little kids who were running up grabbing them bullets and taking them out there to those people who needed to be able to get reloads so that they could defend their city with their little hunting guns, with their shotguns. People are out there literally with 22 pistols. I would not look. I would say this, Putin, if you smart, you better use Hitler's escape method, because that's all you got left, my friend. They're gonna incinerate you, and I hate to say it right now, but they all sitting around having dinner trying to decide who gonna take him out. Woo! That's gonna be a day. That's gonna be a day. So you just gonna get your feelings ready, because they're gonna kill him. And I'm not gonna say anything about it other than that when you kill people, other people will come and kill you. And he killing a lot of people right now unnecessarily.
Well, like they said, it's his war. He started the war. He started this, and I'm hoping it doesn't escalate any further. Where
So
um,
should we quote Fred Hampton?
I'm hoping that
It's
it doesn't go any further than where it's at, and
quote Fred Hampton.
get him totally out of all of this. I also want to say, I just say what you're saying. I said my mind just is
Politics is
abruptly.
war without bloodshed. They have gone beyond that now.
Berlin says, hats off to their president. He is out there fighting too. Yeah,
Yes, he is. Vladimir Zelensky.
yeah, he's doing.
Big up, big
Really,
man.
he's really standing up, and he's giving the people energy and the respect that he's getting, and he also deserves. Definitely want to big him up. He's doing this thing. It's such a hurtful thing. It's such a wicked thing, and I want to say to the Jamaican government, you know, um, all 26, I think it is, of the Jamaican students that were over there in Ukraine. I talked about it a little bit Saturday on my program, the Lady D Show, and just want to say about time and good job, you know, with all that they had to face, about time and good job
Yeah,
for
yeah. I'm glad they're out.
there and getting them home, and
Yeah.
to all of the other countries that are trying to get their citizens out of Ukraine. Was thinking also about something that the Dubai prince says. I forget his name. He was saying that Biden needs to worry about the U.S. I was questioning as to, do we have a problem with Dubai, because I know that from what is reported that China and Russia is basically in cahoots together,
Of
or
course.
will be in cahoots together. Is Dubai in that list? I'm wondering.
Yes, yes, because they are human rights violators at the highest level, along with Qatar of any, along with Saudi Arabia. They keep, look. Okay, the people who come to their country, this is not alleged. This has been reported widely. There's all kind of news and follow up reporting on it on the BBC and Guardian and all sorts of other news sources.
Okay,
I want to say it, and it's so hard for me to say it,
okay.
but I gotta say it. They still subscribe to slavery, and any country that still subscribes to slavery in this day and age, 2022, I don't even want to. It's really hard for me to even consider them a country because I can't see how it could be allowed to still be going on in 2022.
Well, I guess I need to take Dubai off of my to-do list. Um, I definitely need to take them off of my to-do list. But yeah, I was just wondering what was the issue. But I did read something in regards to the, like you said, the slavery mentality of what's going on over there, and the oppression of people. So yeah,
What about the selling of people?
the
That's really a problem.
the selling of people as well. Yeah. So we'll get into that one with Dubai and what's going on over there at another time. Wanted to also bring forefront, as not in the forefront, is ex-officer Brett Hankinson. He was found not guilty of endangering Breonna Taylor neighbors. So no justice in any form of way in regards to the Breonna Taylor case. Um, just touching a couple of stuff because it's 8:42, and want to say big ups to all women. Is the Women's Month this month. Um, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit more next week, and also on the Lady D show. It's being Woman Month. I think every darn month we the one who have to carry these babies. I think 1 month. No, we need the whole year. I had an issue, and I just wanted to say it real quick. No mask in decab count in Georgia has passed. No mask. It doesn't. The kids and no one is being forced to wear any mask anymore. Okay, but let me before I say that, Berlin says North Korea, Iraq, etc. are with them.
Cuba too, and Venezuela.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Yeah.
They are
Right,
desperados.
right there. They're all desperados. And it takes for, I'm just hoping that the wrong move doesn't cause a World War III. What do you see with that? Do you see a World War III coming since you've been watching all of the drones and all of these sky space things? And what do you find from this World War III acid? Do you think it can escalate to that with what Putin is doing?
Okay, what's going on right now is just like him trying to like flex and see what he can find out to see who's going to come after him. Well, now he's found out that they came after him economically first, and then they socially shutting him down. They've shut down the airspace, they shut down travel. They basically have locked him into his own internet space because they can't communicate with the rest of the world. And another thing that I thought was quite interesting is that the Ukrainian people were supported by international hackers from around the world, including some from inside of Russia. I did say that, who decided that they were going to work to shut down the Russian internet and Russian communication apparatus. And they started playing Ukraine freedom songs on Russian TV and radio. So Russian TV and radio was totally blocked out. They have taken over. And then the funny thing about it is that when they were given this capability by Elon Musk to be able to run the faster routers because they're running off of a satellite way up above the earth, that's how I know that Putin is not going to fire a nuclear missile, because he knows that A, if he messed with any of them satellites, he's messing with private vendors, big billions of dollars. And if you think Jeff Bezos won't send an Amazon Prime delivery directly to the Kremlin, I got news for you. They
Okay,
working
Berlin says,
24 hours a day.
okay, Berlin says the power countries are trying to prevent that. And yeah,
Also India.
I
Let's
keep
talk about that. Let's talk about India. Okay? India want to flex in the middle of all of this when you got all these problems going on that you ain't resolving yourself socially in your own country. You got men literally snatching little girls, 12 and 13-year-old girls off the bus, raping them, gang raping them. This is happening right now in India. They're dealing with it in the most unbelievable way. Well, let's try and find out who they are and see if we can take them to court. Well, if the women on the bus know who they are and they telling you who they are, why are you not arresting them? Is it because they got too much money? One of the things I find to be utterly just transparent about this type of political rancor is that the countries who are standing up with Putin are absolutely just like him. Venezuela, they don't care at all about people's human rights. And I want to say to the Jamaican people that own the rest of the money that they haven't dispersed yet, I hope y'all take that money and have the biggest party ever, and that not a dollar returns to Venezuela. Don't give them a drop of gas. Don't give them nothing. Keep it right there in the refinery and let the Jamaican people actually do something with it, because Maduro hates Venezuela. And if he hates Venezuela, he should just leave. Okay? He should just go directly to
well,
Putin.
it's having being said that even the citizens of Jamaica is right now telling Wholeness said stand down and shut your mouth
He's
because
also going to be the next one that's going to get touched up if he doesn't watch himself. And see, this is all about money and politics. That's why I'm going right back to the economy. And I know we wrapping up, but this is the thing to wrap up on. The economy right now is jacked up all over the world. Why? Because they haven't had war manufacturing in over 50 years.
Hmm.
The biggest boom times in any economy is during a war economy because they force everybody into production of things that kill people. People don't want to fight wars anymore. People are smart enough to understand that you don't need to fight and kill people in order to resolve differences. However, we have
And
people like
is it
Putin who are stupid and don't get it.
is it a difference issue or is it a money issue?
It's a money issue. They
War
want to,
is a
they
money,
want money. He
and,
wants
and
money.
also they say war makes money. I'm
It
not
makes money for
really,
ammunition dealers.
yeah.
Who else does it make money for? Hospitals and funeral parlors.
Yeah, well, it is said that when war happens, your economy gets a little bit better.
Your
So
economy booms because all the money is being pumped directly into burying people,
okay,
and you
what
got less mouths to feed. Everybody is working in the factory at little to no money. They trying to reduce wages to back to where they were before COVID hit. What happened to all of the talk of livable wages that we were having before COVID? What happened now that we've seen Chipotle making 26% increase in profits in 6 months? Don't nobody like Chipotle.
fair? What about what's your thought on the Biden State of the Union address?
I didn't watch it, but I watched the cliff notes of it, and he's still ignoring black people.
Yeah,
He
okay.
ain't doing nothing that he said he was going to do. So I really don't even want to talk about him because only thing
Is
he's
it
good
is
for
it
right
is
now
it
is signing that check to NATO and demanding that they shut down that airspace so we can stop seeing this nonsense going on with the Ukrainian people.
say that again?
Only thing that he can do right now is going on that he can actually get NATO to interact with because it doesn't make sense that they are killing all these people in the Ukraine.
Okay, so
That's what he needs
now
to do. He needs to use his vote in the United Nations and NATO in order to stop this murder. But you know who we ignored in this whole conversation are two people, China and North Korea, and they both got the bomb. And I'm going to tell you why I know the bomb is not an issue now. China is not in any serious conversation with anybody. China is supposedly telling Putin he needs to back up. North Korea is just sitting there shooting little short range missiles out towards Japan because they know America has a long range capability from Japan to wipe out North Korea with one missile. ICBMs are not little toys. These things kill.
now
Look,
you said something that I'm trying to get. Now you're saying Biden needs to go on and sign documents so that it can stop the killing of all these Ukrainians. So it's not is it not Putin that is the aggressor in this? How did we get
no,
back
what I'm saying is
to
No,
war?
what I'm saying is that Biden needs to make sure that he keeps his finger on NATO's pulse and also the EU in order to let them know that he supports this military act and
You're br-
down what Russia is
you
doing to
you
the
were
Ukraine and Crimea.
you were just breaking up. Um, Berlin says that. What about the judge he is trying to appoint? Yeah, that's we touched a little bit on her last week, and it what's your thought on the judge asset?
I think we should leave her for next week when we talk about Women's Month because it's just we haven't really had much to talk about in terms of with her yet because we know about who she is, we know a little bit about her history, but we really need to see what the Senate does before we start discussing her because ain't nothing happening yet. But what we
Nothing.
could talk about is
Um,
is one thing you did mention, which I think is something we're going to end up talking about.
and it's
That
been
is
7 minutes. Go ahead.
that is the fact that we need to pay attention to what is driving these decisions in different states to end the mask mandates and what the numbers are that are correlating to these changes and what it's
Money
doing to the
going down.
economy.
The money's going down. The stocks are down for Moderna. Stocks are down for Pfizer. Stocks are way gone for Johnson and Johnson. So they have to take my perceptions of it is that they have to take off these masks so that this thing can start to spread again, so these hospitals can start to get filled again, and people may start to get scared again and start talking about taking vaccines. And is just another way to get more money, get money.
I don't think so. I think we hit the herd. I think we hit the herd immunity level, and I also think they don't want to let anybody know that. Plus, they
Mhm.
now have come up with a plan to treat people when you get tested at the pharmacy. They will then give you
Oh, yeah, they're gonna give you
antiretrovirals
that
right
pill.
at the pharmacy.
Yeah, they're gonna give you that pill right at.
So they getting that money still.
I don't. And Biden them just asked for, I think it was 300 and something $1 billion to help out with the Ukraine and to the pandemic. Are we still in a pandemic?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And the reason that we are having to have this discussion is because the US economy is based off of crises. It's not based upon a strong economic plan. We go from crisis to crisis to crisis. Am I wrong?
Oh no, definitely.
So since we're going from crisis to crisis to
That's
crisis,
one
I
lever.
want to I
Huh.
really want to understand why last night he didn't discuss the real crisis in this country that we've been talking about for years and that has become violent and very dangerous. And in fact, today we saw somebody not get convicted that actually should have been convicted because of this crisis, mental health in America. He is not putting a dollar into mental health in America, and we need that more than anything.
Most definitely. And
There are people losing it, like that guy last night up in New York who went after seven Asian women. One guy went after seven Asian women in 1 hour
we
and
keep talking
actually
about that.
got three Asian women. He was actually able to harm three women.
Well, we definitely keep talking about mental health and especially mental health with gun. You know,
What about the guy in Florida just 2 days ago who cut the man with the machete?
mhm,
Didn't even know the man, just went up to him and cut him.
mental health.
What is going on that the states don't have funding for mental health, but they busy funding gun bills?
I don't think they've ever really had anything big upon mental health. And mental health, we've been talking about that for years, and that has been something that has always been in their face. And when I really know that they didn't care was when they shoot and kill a man totally naked, and he has mental situations. They're not training the cops, they're the police officers. They're not getting enough training giving to the social workers and just to the general public as the signs to look for mental health and so on. And myself being in that field, it's a very it's a well needed um it's well needed to put this in the forefront, mental health. And Biden was, like you said, he dropped the ball on that. Um,
Just absent. It wasn't even drop the ball. He was just absent.
I think in the State of the Union address, yeah, he should have mentioned that, but I think he was putting so much other things in there that of what is precedent now, what is precedent now in society, what's going on with the war, what's going on with um the medication prices and all of that. Berlin said he spoke about price of food and health. Yeah, and that's where I said he spoke in regards to the insulin and all of those medical medication pharmaceuticals that are um, really really high priced. right now and trying to talk about cutting that back. And I don't know.
He didn't really want to talk about it because the deal is, if he wanted to talk about it, the first thing they would do is discuss uniform pricing with every single drug company for Medicare. That's all they got to do. If they just did that one thing, just that one thing, that would change the entire picture
Well, I
in the
think
United States
maybe
for the economy.
maybe you need to start writing them because whom is in
I'm
the
not writing them. I
whom is,
already know when
but
they show up at your house, they don't show up nice. They
just
don't show up to discuss it with tea.
I'm just I'm making light. I was just making a joke and ready to say maybe they should call you because whom is in the office is not doing their job.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. Can I make a joke?
Really asking you to
I want to make a joke.
not
Can I make a joke?
literally asking you to write a letter. Berlin's
No. I
crying.
want to make a joke. The joke is they should
No,
call me.
let's let's wrap it up and get on out it because it's 8:59. What's the joke
You
at?
didn't think that was the joke? That
No,
was the joke. That they should call me.
okay,
The people can't afford me.
okay. Alrighty, Miss $1 trillion.
No, it
So
ain't even about dollars. They don't have common sense. If you don't have common sense, how
um,
I'm gonna work with you?
okay, we want to say big ups to each and every one that listened to us today. We thank you all so much for being a part of this program, Reason Thursday, each and every Thursday. Also, be sure to listen to all the fantabulous programming right here on the Powerhouse Radio. You have Let's Gripe on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. up until the 8 o'clock hour. Kids Way is going to temporarily be off the air for a minute. When it comes back up, you most definitely will know. Reason and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And also, we do have the in the morning, Saturday mornings, the Bishop Lear Gospel Explosions from 9 to 10, and then you to 9 to 11. And then yours truly, Lady Dion, from 12 to 4 p.m. It's all about our gospel morning with the Gospel Vibes FM crew out of Connecticut, the lingo, from 7 a.m. to or from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we trickle over there with do church with the Hope Redemption Worship Center from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Then it's all about love, nothing but love, um, with yours truly, Lady D, Blossom, and Cool G from 7 p.m. up until the 8 o'clock hour. Man, we've got a lot into this hour here. Mask and you, well, we dominated it with Ukraine and what's going on over there. Go ahead, Mama Acid. I hear you take a breath.
I just wanted to say all of these states that are getting rid of their mask requirements because they say people have mask fatigue. Have you ever looked at Asia? Have you ever looked at China and Japan where people wear masks all the time and the low level of transmission of viruses and colds and flus and things? It's a reason to wear a mask. America needs to learn.
Well, what about the persons who saying that it's dangerous as well? It's good on one hand, but it's also not good on the other hand.
Dangerous how?
Well, they're saying you're breathing in carbon monoxide, which is not what you're supposed to be breathing in. That's what you breathe out, and instead of it going out, it's being you're inhaling it back underneath your mask. What do you think about that? And
That's untrue.
we got a minute to go. Uh-huh.
That's untrue. I did participate in the mask test where they tape it to your face, and then the one where you wear the tight mask, and then the one where you wear the two masks, and then I also did the one with the two masks and the clear plastic shield. I'm gonna tell you that if you cannot get any air through the mask, if you wear one of the silicone masks, I like the silicone masks. I will admit they are difficult to breathe through, but you don't get anything out in the silicone mask. But you want to wear it on the outside. So on the inside, you want to wear your regular KN95 mask because that mask will protect you from anything that happens to creep by on the sides. So you put the silicone mask on the outside. A lot of people will polyester. A lot of people don't want to wear two masks because they don't want to be, I don't know what, but I want to not get COVID again. And I've had vaccines, I've had both shots, and I've had COVID 3 times. Now, every time I get it, it's different. The last time I got it, it has really done something altogether different to me. I was told each version of it has different symptoms, and that is very true. The last version came with a rash. I have no idea why. I do know that there are viruses that linger in your blood, chickenpox, shigella, which they call shingles these days, can also be activated by this. So I went and I had a shingles test. I do not have shingles. That is not the shingles virus. They do not understand what the 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 rash is, but they know that the rash is connected to the virus because it came at the same time. Now the virus is gone, but the rash is still here. So is that still the virus? That's a question. And when people have these types of rashes, guess what? Your employer doesn't know if you're still positive or not. So you can't go back to work. So you ask me, did I just answer you? It might have took me a long time to do it, but I just gave you one that you didn't expect,
Well,
didn't
I'm
I?
going to keep on wearing my mask when I'm out in public, and
Thank you.
persons that
Thank you.
don't know, I am going to continue to wear my mask when I'm in my house and in my yard and things like that. Although I do feel that this entire thing is airborne, um, I'm 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 more relaxed in my own environment. Um, but to each its own. And I just think that persons are to really think about it, what they're sending their kids them out, um, getting into by not wearing masks, especially on the school bus with
And in the schoolroom.
and in the schoolrooms and so on. But this is what they're fighting for. You have parents that has their beliefs um, in things, and this is what they're fighting for, and this is what has taken place and is taking place in a lot of school systems all around the
Oh,
country.
wait. Before we
But they're
leave,
going to
you know what? We left one important thing out:
what's that?
the vaccine. They are working on a
The
vaccine.
V, the V, the V, the V.
This vaccine is for SARS. It's a specific type of a new drug that they're going to start giving everybody in a primary set of shots. So all kids who will be receiving a shots to go to school will automatically be vaccinated with it.
Okay. Well,
I
when
don't know when they're going to release it. I'll make sure next week I have the information to read it from the CDC. When I read it, I was really elated. I will say it excited me because I just don't want people to get sick anymore. I'm not saying anybody has to get it because I chose to get it. I still question if that's what's caused some of these things to happen to me because before I got it, I felt perfectly fine. But since I got it, I now have had 3 experiences that have been totally different, and each one of them has changed my understanding of my body.
and
So right now, it's something I'm not happy about.
I was gonna say, and it's something that you so advocate for. Now you're talking about a SARS vaccine and you're elated. I'm just wishing that what they'll teach people is proper heat eating. Find some natural remedies than all of these put together things that they're throwing into these. Oh, Moody, big up yourself, Donna Moody. I do not trust the vaccines myself. I don't. and I don't really trust a lot of it. And even like the MMR, we waited quite long before um, my daughter allowed my grandbaby to get it. I'm just not into. It's not just the big C vaccine.
Right, or the
All
HPV or the, any of them.
it's just all of them to me put together, that I
Right.
don't like and I don't trust, and I wish they'll find natural ways to do things, versus the way they're just throwing these things together and shooting people up with them. On that being said, you want to say any last words to our listeners?
Please take care of yourself. If you feel more comfortable, wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands. Remember, there's all kind of stuff in the air right now. We do not know what is going on, but I suspect that in the Middle East and also in the Far East, we may eventually see them spraying all kind of chemicals up in the air. And as we have discussed before, the Earth does a complete rotation every 24 hours. So what happens over there at 8 a.m. yesterday is happening over here at 8 a.m. today. Be safe.
All right.
Pray for these people that are going through war and strife. Pray for peace. Pray for love. And pray that our children soon understand the fact that generational greatness is built, not inherited.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm just be safe. Just be safe
For
and
real.
what you feel is best for you and your family, because only you know yourself and your family. I want to say big shout outs to Berlin for tuning in and continuing to interact with us. We need more of that, and we thank you very much for interacting. Berlin says good night, ladies. As always,
Night, sweetie.
Don
Thank you for coming.
you up and thank you for always being in tune with us as well. And to all of our listeners, no matter wherever you're listening via the internet, our telephone lines, our sister partner, Victorious,
Or
89,
YouTube, please subscribe.
our YouTube channel, Facebook, and for the YouTubers, as I said, please be sure to subscribe. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit draggy today, but I am truly exhausted. And as
No, you here with us. You are here with us.
Ashley said, Lady D, you gotta do, let's do it, let's do it. I'm like,
This
Jesus.
is kind of important. You know, we really promised last week we were going to come back. We were gone for 2 months. Even if we just spend a few minutes each time, people appreciate it. And we love the people who come back every week just to hear what we have to say. We think that so much of what you think is important to us that we know we have to be here just to see if you show up. How about that?
And we encourage and ask each and every one to share. Share. Tell a friend and a friend and a family member that we are over here. And, definitely need the support. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And also have your family members to go over there and to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. So every time that we're on, they do know that we are on. Mama Acid, love you, my sister. Blessings.
Love you too.
I am going to take a well deserved nap. Um, night early. And I'm going to put on a replay of Reasoning Thursday for last week. So if you want to come on, if you want to go on our actual station on www.dapowerhouseradio .com. It's so greatly appreciated, and you would love the reasoning. And Donna Moody, blessings. Donna says, "I try not to miss y'all show." We thank you very much, Donna,
That's
for
so
being a
sweet.
loyal
Thank you.
listener to us. Love you, my sister. And
Love, love.
tonight, I'm just gonna leave out with the last week reasoning Thursday. Bless up, bless up. Love and check we all on out next week, same
Bless.
time, same station.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
One volunteer full range of products embodies fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine an assortment of hair care products. The one by one hair products are designed